Okay, guys. Good morning. Good morning. I'm going to wait till we get a few more people on this morning. I just want to share the beautiful views that are behind us.
Maybe give them all a bit.
Yeah. So it's beautiful, 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 guys. I just want to say it's amazing to actually be outside here in the city. Outside in the city, it's amazing. We wanted to share a few things about last night.
Yes.
So last night we actually got to do a lot of networking.
Yes. We played a really awesome game. It was all about being open to receive, So we had a bingo card, and each bingo card was like a gift to us, And we just had to go around and find the person that would be gifting that gift to us. Example, we had a lot of people who have very successful businesses that were there. Some people were amazing at like Instagram, so they were like, hey, how can we help you with Instagram, or how do we make it better? Or there was another one.
It was a financial coach.
Yes, a financial coach there. Just to go up to him and talk more about it, because you got to check that out.
The financial coach that I walked up to, I should say, he teaches you how to manage your money, to save for yourself and to save for your business. So he teaches you how to manage those funds so that you can have a successful business. Also, he did something else, and I can't remember exactly what it was that he did.
Yeah, but I mean, there was lots of different people who were offering different services like that, and the whole point of this game was to be open to receive those different gifts or different things that everyone has to offer. So we wanted to just tell you guys about that experience, how wonderful it was to be open to receiving, and we kind of wanted to encourage you guys to also be open to receiving. And then this morning, as me and Miranda were walking, we started just talking about life, right? Because that's what we do. and we came across one of the biggest things, like what is one of our biggest struggles. And we realized that one of our biggest struggles, and I think everybody can relate to this, is self-sabotage. Yeah,
it is. It's like those inner thoughts that you have inside that is telling you why you can't do it. Like, for example, I am a Mary Kay beauty consultant, and for anybody that's looking to join my team, their first thoughts are going to be like a million thoughts on why shouldn't they do it, why can't they do it, and you're already self-sabotaging yourself by thinking those thoughts.
You're fighting a fight that hasn't even happened.
Yep.
And how do we prevent that? Like, what do we do to stop that? And we started just talking about how just being conscious of doing that, like the fact that we do that we are fighting a fight that hasn't happened yet. We're wasting time, we're wasting our energy, thinking about a million what ifs. Like, what if this goes bad? Or actually, let's talk about how, even as like with friends,
Yep.
Right now we're on a trip with lots of girls, and how easily it can be. Thankfully, we have a great group. This isn't something we're dealing with, but within a group of girls, we find it that very often when we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, to allow ourselves to really show who we are, because sometimes showing people who we really are can be very hard.
Yes.
But at the same time, it is one of the most beautiful things. And when we show people who we are, sometimes we leave and we're like, oh my gosh, should I have said that? Was that too much? Are they going to talk about me? Already fighting something that hasn't happened. No. When a lot of times that prevents you from creating relationships, creating that next level for you, right? Because when we are able to be conscious of stopping ourselves when a thought like that happens, then we're able to grow into the next us.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like that's like the first step to realizing that you're noticing those thoughts. Like, you're noticing those thoughts, and you're like, dude, I just caught myself And it's really easy to slip, guys. Even for me, sometimes Jasmine has to be that kick, like that's like, Miranda, dude, what are you doing? And I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm good. Okay.
Yeah. So how do we stop that? First, we want to try to be conscious. Two, we want to have a support system. We want to be able to know who's on our side, who can we call, because a lot of times that's what we need, right? We need someone to help us. Like, sometimes we're so deep into our thoughts and we're like really deep into that fake story that hasn't happened, that we're allowing to prevent us to hop into that next level for us. And when we have a support system, we're able to go up to them and say, hey, you know what? This is what I'm thinking. This is like what's happening. And then your support person can say, wait a minute, hold on. What are the real facts? What are the real facts? What facts do you have that is truly and honestly happening? Well, this. And then your support person can say, okay, so if this is what you have, this is the reality, then that's what we need to focus on.
Yep.
So we want to encourage you guys to be conscious and to find out who your support system is. So if you're watching this live, if you get the opportunity to watch this, why don't you tag the people who are your support system? And if you don't have a support system, if you're finding yourself like, wow, I really don't feel like I have someone to help, let us know. That's what we're here for. Or find someone and challenge yourself to be around people who allow you to be able to ask them for support. Because you know what? We're in this world with tons and tons and tons of people that no one should be out here not having someone to support them, whether it be like a regular conversation, regular thoughts like how Miranda and me were talking about, or whether it's like your education, a fitness goal, financial goal, business goal. Have a support system that's going to push you or be there for you, because a lot of times we self-sabotage.
We do. I agree. I feel like not only do we self-sabotage, but we're so used to being around people who are just gonna allow us to stay in that same spot, that that's what we're used to. And sometimes you don't even have to leave those people that you love, that don't support you, but you do have to be very conscious to the amount of time you're spending with them, the way that you're allowing them to use you for your train of thought, stuff like that. You guys have to be very uplifting for each other. You can love them, but sometimes you need to love them at a distance and learn how you can have that relationship with them versus allowing it to affect you in a negative way.
Yeah, I think that you can love people, but you have to love yourself most. You have to love yourself most to know that you deserve to have people who don't allow you to sit in a place where you don't really want to be.
Yep.
You deserve to have people who are constantly pushing you to be the best you, because you know what, we talked about this weekend about how we never stop growing.
Yeah,
we've been talking about that a lot. We never stop growing. We are always learning new things and improving ourselves, right? Even as we get older, because we are meeting lots of wonderful people with a lot of experiences, and we've come to that conclusion, because a lot of people think like, oh, we are just going to get to this level. No, there's lots of levels, because in this world there's never enough things to learn. And
I think another thing that they said yesterday that was really big to me, oh my gosh, something that they said to me yesterday that was really, really big to me was the fact of knowing yourself before you can learn to appreciate anything else. The man was giving an example yesterday. Bob was giving an example yesterday about this, and Bob was saying how sometimes it's those inner things, remember, that he was saying that you don't even know what it is, and he can tell you about a situation, and you go back thinking back to it, and sometimes it's something from years ago, guys, that you're still holding on to, that you never thought was affecting you now, that is really affecting you.
Yeah, and it's so crazy, because before me and Miranda even left to Chicago, that was something we were talking about, how sometimes subconsciously we're holding on to a lot of bricks, experiences, maybe someone did something, and maybe not even intentionally, because a lot of times we hurt people and it's not intentionally, we're just being ourselves. And when we hold on to that and we don't even know we're holding on to that prevents us. It's like a blockage that we don't even know we're being blocked by it. And when we allow ourselves to let go, or when we go through an experience that allows us to be conscious of those blockages, we then are able to move forward. And I just wanted to go back to how we were talking about the support system, and how it's about loving yourself. And sometimes you got to love people at a distance, which is okay. And it's exactly what we need to do. But we need to make room.
Yep.
The reason we say love at a distance is because we need to make room for people who are going to, thank you, Danielle, people who are going to love us or teach us to love ourselves more. Because something I read that's very powerful and I hold so close to my heart, I just recently came across it. I'm not gonna say the quote exactly, but basically it said, if we are all we're all living and we know that our time here is short, why are we not running super fast to achieve our goals? To become better, to improve ourselves, or to allow ourselves to be surrounded by people who love us, support us, and want to help improve us. If our time here is so short, why are we not crazy going at it? So that's definitely the message we want to send out to you guys. Self-sabotage, that prevents us from everything, relationships, business, and everything. Self-sabotage is one of the biggest self-crushers out here, and we want to recommend that you guys be conscious of that.
Yep.
Catch yourself, because catching yourself on self-sabotage, it's willpower. And you guys have to remember, willpower is a muscle that we have to
work. You gotta keep working.
Exercise. Yes, we gotta strengthen it, because sometimes we don't even realize it. And yesterday, while we were at the event at playing that game, something that last name, but she is a wonderful lady, said something that really brought clarity to me. A lot of times we're in a jail cell and we don't even know it.
Right, and it's we're trying to fight to get out of there, but before we can fight to get out of there and find the keys to get out of there, we have to realize that we're feeling stuck, right?
Yeah.
Because a lot of times we don't feel like we're stuck. We don't feel stuck. We feel like we've been in this situation so long that we're comfortable. We're used to it. It feels normal.
Yes.
It doesn't feel abnormal to us. So we get lost in the sense of being in one spot that's toxic for us, that we don't even notice that it's toxic anymore, that we're being toxic. And it's true what they say about what you eat is what you give out.
Yeah.
What you think is what you give out. Everything that you do is going to feed back to you somehow, or back into the environment, or whatever it is that you're doing. So always try to feed yourself with something positive. And remember, the spot that you're in right now is where you're meant to be for the moment.
Every moment.
Because we were meant to be where we are today. And we had so many experiences yesterday.
Yes.
And the people we met, it opened up my heart, and I'm like, oh my God, we're supposed to be here.
We're supposed to be here.
Yes. The people we met was oh my God.
There's this quote that I absolutely love. It says, embrace the glorious mess, right? Because each moment, no matter what you're going through, no matter where you're at, it's what you need, right? Or sometimes we continue to live out a similar toxic situation, because we haven't learned what we need from it.
Yep.
So besides being conscious of what you're thinking, how you're self-sabotaging, and finding a support system to help you be able to find more clarity, we also want you to enjoy it.
Yes.
Enjoy it. Enjoy every moment of the glorious mess, because me and Miranda, we have that. We deal with self-sabotage. But we want to encourage you guys to work on it, just like we want to work on it. We want to work on our willpower, be strong enough to catch those thoughts and say, no, not today.
Yeah, not today.
This is the real facts. This is the real deal. And this is what I'm going to work to help me be better, and surround ourselves with people who are going to support the real facts in our lives.
Yes. We are going to get going.
Yes.
And we are going to catch back up with you guys later. We will be staying consistent our whole trip, and we'll get back to you. We have so much to share, and we just want you to have a great day.
Yeah, today we have 3 more sessions to go with our event, so we still have a lot of more information, and we want you guys to continue to grow. And don't forget, 1, be conscious of your thoughts. Where are you self-sabotaging yourself? How can you stop it? 2, find a support system. Find out who you can count on. And if you don't have someone, let us know. Message us, because we want to be there for you. We want to help you go to the next level. And if you do have awesome people, tag them in this post and let them know, you know what, I love you because you support me. And then third, enjoy it. Embrace the glorious mess. So with that being said, you guys have a wonderful, amazing day.
Bye, guys.
Bye. God bless.